welcome back. I've got a great story for you today. I have a beautiful wife and she's put up with so much, but my first successful marriage lasted about 5 years and I got kind of blindsided on that one, but hey, it all worked out for the best because my wife today of 34 years is the best. I was looking for a letter the other day because I was going to do a story about it and I couldn't find the letter, but I ran across another letter that my wife wrote back in 1996 to her dad. And I'm going to read it to you and then I'm going to talk about certain parts of it. So here's the letter. First of all, it says, "Dear Dad, hope this letter finds you doing well and still loving your retired life. Just wanted to write and let you know how we're doing and what's going on. We were just given orders to Naples, Italy. Yeah, I was going to go over there and be the command master chief of this big communication station. And you know, for me and for all of you guys out there and gals that are in the military, you know, you can go from a ship to a communications place to a big base and nothing really changes for you. You go to work one day in the Navy, you go to work the next day in the Navy, but your spouse, that's a whole different thing. They got to travel around, they got to find their way. And so this is my wife's perspective on finding her way. So she says hi to her dad. And then she says, "Our flight from Philadelphia to Naples went well. We flew through the night and we slept most of the time. We had one stop in Rota, Spain, and then headed into Naples. We arrived at 10:30 a.m. and were met by RJ's sponsor. Her name was Pat and she's been great. You usually get a sponsor that helps you around and they do take very good care of you. It's nice. The TLA Hotel, this is the hotel where they put everybody, is the hotel with the most military people and their families. We are allowed to stay in the hotel for up to 60 days. By that time, you should have found a place to live. The hotel is nice. It's about the size of a small apartment. It has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, a kitchen and a small living room. It is located on the beach of the Mediterranean. Can you imagine this? It's beautiful. We are on the 6th floor and we have a beautiful view and we've already made a lot of new friends. So right away, here's my wife. She's from Georgia. She's never been out of the continental United States. And I remember standing out on the balcony with her and she's looking at the ocean and I'm watching her. And I'm watching her look at this for the first time through her eyes. And I just thought it was so beautiful and she was so happy. She really liked it. RJ went to work right away. See, there you go. I go to work the next day. I have been doing most of the house hunting. I've probably seen 35 to 40 houses with different realtors. And we're going to show you some pictures of the part that we had in Naples. It was a very nice place. But see, here's the burden again. Here's all the work going to my wife, right? I just went to work. She's going to go out and find our house. And she did. RG and I have decided on a peach house. Actually, it's not a house, it's a triplex. So what it was is there was a 2-story apartment here and a 2-story apartment here, and top of both of those apartments was a 3rd apartment. And that was our house. It was beautiful. She loved it. So then she says, here we go. Our apartment is on the top. We have an appointment on February 29th to sign the lease. That's leap day, so maybe that's a good sign of good luck. I hope so. It's a beautiful home. It has 3 bedrooms and every bedroom has a door leading to a black wrought iron fence balcony. My wife, she loves balconies and she loves wrought iron too. Huge living room and dining room. It also has 2 full bathrooms. We are very excited about the place and we'll send pictures as soon as we move in. We should be moving in at the end of March. As far as finishing my degree, I had to stop taking classes through the University of Maryland because they don't offer classes in accounting over here. So the only option I have is through Regents College. And there's another example. She has to stop taking her classes at the university she was taking them at, got to go back overseas, get with another university and start taking her classes again. And all we have to do, go back to work. It's tough. They offer accounting and that's what I want. I hope to start courses soon. Now for Naples. It's a beautiful country surrounded by the ocean and distant mountains. There are several volcanoes close to where we live. Listen to what she says. There are several volcanoes close to where we live and work. One volcano is due to erupt any time. And she says, wouldn't that be exciting? Yes, dear, I'd be very happy if Mount Vesuvius would blow its lid today. Oh, gosh. It's a lot of fun. As far as stores, you hear stories about their crazy driving. Some of it's true. You have to be the ones that drive. You have ones that drive really fast, and for the most part, they do use common sense. Let me tell you, there's no rules about driving in Italy. There's no speed limits. You can go as fast as you want to go. If the light's red and nobody's coming, go ahead. It's true. It's great. She did really good over there driving, I'll tell you that. She was a very good driver. We haven't traveled much yet, but we did go to Sorrento. It's about 100 miles north along the coast. It was a beautiful trip. RJ was ready to leave shortly after we got there. Why was I ready to leave, dear? Because I went into a furniture store and saw this bedroom suit that I just fell in love with. It was only 8,000 American dollars. He quickly let me know that I needed to get a job if I wanted it that bad. Oh well, it was beautiful. Boy, has that happened before. Well, that's about all that's been going on here. As soon as we get moved in and get a phone, we didn't have phones, we didn't have TV. We did have a AFN radio network, but there wasn't much in communication in '96. One last thing, words can't describe how delicious the food is. I've already had to buy a bigger size pants. Nice. If I don't watch out, RJ may trade me in for a slimmer model. I would never trade you in, baby. I don't plan on finding out. I do plan on doing some exercise to keep my pounds down because I want to eat this food. It's the best food in the world. Naples, Italy, best food in the world. I'm going to go for now, and I'll keep you posted on things and send pictures as soon as I get my camera. While we're over there in Naples during that command, it was a great time, by the way. My mom traveled over to Naples, Italy. Actually, whenever we went overseas, my mom always took advantage of that thing, and I loved having her over there. But it's a special weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. Mama, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. I was there on a 3-year deal. Well, after 2 years, I knew that I wasn't going to move up the ladder in the Navy unless I went to a big ship. And I was calling my guy that gives you your jobs, the detailer, and he wouldn't give me a big ship. He's like, you're very junior. And I said, okay. Well, I had an admiral that worked there, and I made an appointment to see the admiral. And I walked in and I saw him, and I said, Admiral, they're not offering me anything that I want to do. And he goes, well, what do you want? I said, sir, I need a big deck. I need an aircraft carrier or an LHA, LHD, which is an aircraft carrier too, just a little bit smaller. He goes, okay, I'll see what I can do. So a couple of weeks later, I'm golfing at this park we got there. My phone rings. It's the Admiral. He's like, I got the USS Nassau. Do you want it or not? I said, I want it. He said, get on a plane. Have you ever done that to your wife before in the military? My wife had to pack out. She had to make sure all of our stuff gets sent home. And it was quite an ordeal for her because I just left the next day and guess what? Went to work in Norfolk, Virginia on that ship the next day. I was in Little Creek, Virginia. I was the command master chief of the base. I had about 27 years in the Navy and I was being put out to pasture. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I had reached the end of my career because I was putting in these packages, these offers to these admirals to work for them and move up because I wanted to do some other big stuff. And I was never getting a call back. I recognized later on that they were taking a guy or a gal that they had before. And I can't blame them. I mean, if you worked for them before and you were successful, they'll probably want you again. So that was it, 27 years. Then one day I get a phone call. It's from the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. He says, RJ, I want you to put in a package for the 5th Fleet. I said, McPon, I've been putting in packages for a year and nobody's taken me. He goes, I don't care. I want you to put one in. So I put one in. My wife had a beautiful job at Golden Corral, by the way. She was an accountant there. She had a bunch of friends. I put the package in. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from the 3-star admiral, and he offers me the 5th Fleet Master Chief job. And I said, I'll take it. And he said, get on a plane. Oh, my wife had to leave her good job, her friends. I tell you, it's tough being a military spouse. And she's put up with a lot, you know. And I know all you guys and gals out there that have yanked these people all over the planet understand how much they put up with. So to all you military spouses out there, you know, you got a pretty tough job. And oftentimes we don't say thank you enough. And I just want to tell you, baby, thank you so much for putting up with that whole thing for all those years. And welcome home.